Welcome to the Triple Play Talk Show. We got division leaders and interesting stuff that's going on within divisions in both leagues so far through April. I'm Nate Olson.
I'm Grayson Sabias.
And I'm James Grove.
Well, the National League East. I mean, we're going to be talking about every division, but I really want to start off with the National League East because there is a very surprising team. The New York Mets. They are surprising people, just kind of like the Astros are surprising people in the American League. The Mets are 15-8 right now. They've lost the last three, but they're still 4.5 games up on Atlanta and Miami. Yeah, it is only 1 month into the season, but you know they're still doing pretty good. So, what's y'all's take on that, James? You want to chime in?
Yeah, like I've said multiple times, they're going to start to fall in that division. I don't think they can keep up what they've kept up. Their offense has just been off the charts, way too high for what their actual talent level is on that team. And then I feel like their pitching is going to come down a little bit. Not a ton. I think they've got good pitching. They've got better pitching than I actually expected before the season. But they're going to come down a little bit. They lost their last three, like you said. They're 5-5 in their last 10. And then Miami and Washington are starting to catch their stroke a little bit. So I think they're going to climb the division. And Mets will hold it for a little bit, but not very long.
Grayson?
Dark Knight.
Yes,
Dark Knight.
Thank you.
I mean, come on, guys. Okay, first off, he's a champ, okay? I expect him to keep doing what he's doing. I mean, I really didn't have high hopes for him. But he's throwing lights out right now. And then David Wright, he's on the DL. Well, you know what? He may not be the same guy that he was a few years ago because he keeps getting hurt. But just him in the lineup, like, it's a confidence booster to the rest of those guys in the lineup. And that's why I truly think that they were partially winning. I mean, it's just his mentality and his attitude. And he's on
Captain America.
Yeah, he's Captain America. So, I don't know, man. I have high hopes for the Mets. I still don't think they'll win the division. I still think the Nationals are the best team in baseball. But I do think that they have a really, really good chance at winning that wild card and beating out Miami.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of changed it. In the last video, we kind of talked about him too. I've kind of changed my outlook on how they're going to play this season, especially with Harvey having a really strong comeback. He's 4-0, man. I mean, I don't know if people really thought, come back from Tommy John, he was going to. 4-0 is a really good start. It really is. I mean, he's pitched lights out so far. I think it's a sign of things to come for them this season. But let's move on to the Central in the National League.
No surprise.
Yeah, no surprise there, really. But the Cubs are kind of keeping up a little bit. They're not doing too bad. St. Louis is 15-6, 2.5 ahead of the Cubs a month into the season. So
yeah, I think the Cubs are going to keep up their stride. I mean, John Lester has struggled heavily so far. I feel like he's going to get back to somewhat normal. And then, I mean, they're a good ball club. They'll stay in that 2 spot, I think, the rest of the year. So
yeah.
Dude, 15-6 is the best record in baseball.
Yeah.
St. Louis, they'll ride that thing till the end.
They're out to win it again, man.
Yeah, they'll ride that thing to the end.
They're trying.
So I don't even think that anybody out of that division wins a wild card. But I do have Pittsburgh, who has one of the best ERAs in baseball so far.
They got great pitching staff.
Yeah, they do, man. I'm a fan of their pitching staff. But I think that they will end up being better than Chicago still. So we'll see what happens.
We got the National League West, too. Really not a whole lot of surprise there other than the Giants being kind of down there a little bit. But, still a month into the season, and I'll say that over and over again. This could change. I mean, the Giants could be in first or second place in a couple months. They could be first and second place in a month. But we got the Dodgers at the top with a 13-8 record. I think Colorado second place, 11-10, who had a hot start. They've cooled down quite a bit, and along with the rest of that division's not really impressing anybody at this point.
No. Everyone's come out of the gate slow there. The Dodgers have come out slow. I mean, Colorado came out hotter than anyone ever thought. But, I wasn't real surprised with San Francisco just because I don't think they didn't put anything out on the field that was going to help them win.
Yeah.
I had the middle of the pack, so I didn't expect them to be this low, but
yeah.
It doesn't surprise me a ton. So,
you want to move to the American League?
Yeah, let's go move to the American League.
All right, we got the West, American League West. Previous video about the Astros, all about the Astros.
If you haven't seen it, go check it out.
Yeah, it's the one right before this one. Really impressive team so far. They're on an 8-game winning streak. They're 15-7, which is tied for the best record in the American League through a month into the season, which is a very surprising start for a team that was expected to finish, 4th or 5th. But then you got the Angels, who are trailing behind them, which we kind of expected to be close to the top, possibly maybe win it
Kind of
again.
middle of the pack.
You know,
I expected them to be kind of middle of the pack to the bottom.
Yeah.
But
I expected him to win to get second in the division.
I got to win the division.
But Seattle is the one I want to
Yeah.
touch up on real quick,
Yeah.
and how they're 5 games back from Houston. Houston, I mean, good for them. They're having a great start. Their pitching staff's pitching amazingly.
Mhm.
But Seattle's a disappointing.
Yeah, their offense is. I think their offense is there, but I don't know if their pitching is really
their
there.
pitching hasn't showed up as much. And Hisashi Iwakuma went on the DL, so they've had some injury issues. But I think they'll pick it up. They're gonna.
I think their offense is the more star-studded part of that team. I mean,
Mhm.
there's not. I mean, there's a few notable guys on the pitching staff, but I mean, you look at that offense and you see numbers very high.
But Houston, man, good for them.
Yeah, very good for them.
Their starting numbers outstanding.
It's exciting, man. I mean, seeing a team that's been kind of bad the last few years, it's fun to watch.
It's always fun to see those teams that are in the cellar usually come up to the top. So.
And then, the American League East, which is a division that is pretty much up for grabs through all 5 teams. I mean, it's really going to be a race all the way through. We got the Yankees on top in first place through the first month. They're 13-9, and then the Red Sox are only a game behind them at 12-10. Which
Toronto's at the bottom of the division. They're 2.5 back. I mean,
Yeah.
really, like you said,
yeah,
it's up for grabs.
it really is. It's going
There's
to be.
hardly any separation.
I believe it's going to be this way all the way through the year, man. All the way.
Good Yankees, man. They are old. Nobody
Yeah.
can argue that one. They're
Yeah,
old.
that's for sure.
So I don't expect them to stick up with it. Chris Archer, as of right now, would deserve the Cy Young through April.
He has been.
Yeah.
He has been.
Pitcher of the month, I
outstanding,
bet.
man.
Yeah, probably should deserve Pitcher of the Month. He's been
Yeah.
outstanding.
I've been very impressed with that young man, and he was mentored by James Shields, and he said, just that was when he was just coming up, and I've heard him speak about James Shields and just how much that
How
changed him.
crazy,
Yeah.
And James
Yeah.
Shields has had a hot start too. So
Mhm. Yeah.
good for those guys.
Central, last division. Again, kind of no-brainer. The Royals being on top.
Man, I did not expect that at all.
I saw them, being kind of. They're up there, man. Them and the Tigers are battling it out. I mean, they're having their. I think they just finished their series today, and the Royals beat them to overtake them in first place.
Mhm.
But I mean, the Tigers are down a game or half a game. I mean, it's going to be a tight 2-team race all the way through. I mean, I know Grayson's. I don't know why, but he's sold on the White Sox. They can't really stay healthy, but
I am too, man. I think the White Sox are going to come up and they're going to take the second place spot. I don't think the Royals will keep this up. I'm still not sold on them. They've had a very hot start, but I am not sold on them.
talking about a hot start, man, they'd like to start a lot of fights too.
That's
That's going to come back to bite them.
Oh, definitely.
Speaking of Ventura, though, man, he hasn't been that great so far, and I think he has the ability to be great. So they could be good.
I
He
just-
stops trying to pick fights.
I just think he's too cocky for his own good, and that's going to get in the way. I think that's going to get in the way of his season, man. If he keeps on talking trash like that to every team he faces, I mean, the guy hits a little liner back to him. It wasn't even really a liner.
It was one hop,
It
wasn't
was a
it?
little one hopper back to him, and the guy wants to talk some trash to him and start fights. I mean, it's exciting to watch.
It's always
But
kind of fun to watch.
you gotta think professional when it comes to it, man. That's it. You don't want none of that bush league stuff. But so thanks for watching today, guys. That's so far through April what we've got in the standings. This could change. Who do y'all think are going to be at the top of the division after May, June, or even the end of the season? Let us know on Twitter. If you have any questions, just ask us, and we will be sure and feature it on a future video. You can find us at the Triple Play 3. You can find us at the Triple Play on Facebook, and subscribe to us right here on YouTube. Thanks for watching. I'm Nate Olson.
I'm Grayson Sabias.
And I'm James Grove.
Thanks, guys.